George Miller is an Australian filmmaker with the National Order of Australia Honour. He is best known for creating the Mad Max franchise along with Byron Kennedy since 1979. Miller has also worked on notable films such as the Academy Award-winning Babe,
I want my mom.
Happy Feet, and Lorenzo
People
Zolio.
realize how incredible you truly are.
Miller was born in 1945, March 3rd in Chinchilla, Queensland, to Jim Miller and Angela Balson. After graduating Sydney Boys High School, Miller attended University of New South Wales to study medicine.
In retrospect, studying medicine was a big thing because it was kind of an apprenticeship for filmmaking. When to be a doctor, you take histories from people. Anybody here studying medicine? I know that's one person. But you take someone's history in order to get to understand what's going on. You look at a human being, or you see a human being, usually at a moment of extremis, close to death, in childbirth, or whatever. It's never a normal situation. You're also looking at it from looking at other humans from a very, very varied points of view, which is what filmmaking is a big requirement of filmmaking. You're looking at a person as a total human being. You're looking at a specific organ. Sometimes during surgery, or if you're assisting with surgery, you're looking inside. You're looking at them down microscopes. You're looking at them in terms of epidemiology. So you're getting a very privileged perspective of other human beings. All of those things serve the filmmaking to an enormous degree. It took me a long time to realise that, so there's a big overlap. And on a purely practical level, a lot of filmmaking is about problem solving, optimal problem solving, which so that was something also that was very useful.
What Miller was explaining is that his experience with studying medicine was influential in his filmmaking career because to him, as he went to become a doctor, he takes a look through histories of patients in order to understand what's happening. While a resident doctor in his final year, he and his younger brother Chris worked on a short film called St. Vincent's Revue Film, a 1971 silent comedy sketch that won first prize in a student competition. After the short film's success, Miller attended a film workshop at Melbourne University where he met Byron Kennedy there. In 1972, the two formed Kennedy-Miller Productions. Miller made his directorial debut with Mad Max, a 1979 film, based on a script written in 1975 from Miller and James McCausland. The film became an international hit and thus created the Mad Max franchise.
Oh my God, what's happened?
I don't know, man. I just got here myself.
I think he broke his leg.
I want to find out what's happening.
Hey, Max, you hear me?
Main Force Patrol.
What I think the best film that I had in mind in the Mad Max series was the sequel Mad Max 2, also known as The Road Warrior. The film is about a man named Max Rokotansky who supports a community of settlers to protect themselves against enemy raids.
You can't expect to compete with that. Every day we get weaker while they get stronger. It's finished. I'm sorry.
2 days ago, I saw a vehicle that had hauled that tanker. You want to get out of here?
Max has a significant appearance with his character key being hardened because of the traumatic events after Mad Max 1. The characters express themselves through their facial expressions and wardrobes since they barely talk at all, unlike the original Mad Max. Each of the characters have their own distinct character key.
Give them nothing! Blow it up! Give them nothing!
Mongoose will not be deformed.
Like the Humongous, for example, has a character key of Ruthless. In pop culture, the Mad Max series has influenced media in film, games, comics, and cartoons.
You can put a stop to all this. Just walk away, and we will spare your lives. Just walk away.
He's pretty good. We'll never walk away! Never!
The series also impacted filmmakers such as Guillermo del Toro and David Fincher, who is known for directing Fight Club. Between the second and third Mad Max films, Miller directed a remake of Nightmare at 20,000 Feet, a segment for the 1983 film The Twilight Zone: The Movie. After the film's release, Byron Kennedy died in a helicopter crash. The crash shook Miller, so this led him to reevaluate the stunts in his future projects. In 1987, Miller directed The Witches of Eastwick, a dark fantasy comedy film for which he proved to be tiring to work on. However, Jack Nicholson, an actor, held him there and advised him to advocate for himself during production.
I want to ask you something. You're all church-going folk. I really want to ask you something. Do you think God knew what he was doing when he created woman?
Miller directed the 1992 biographical medical drama film Lorenzo's Oil, based on a true story of Augusto and Michaela Adone, and their search for a cure for their son Lorenzo's ALD disease. Miller was nominated with the Academy Award and Writers Guild of America Award for Best Original Screenplay from Lorenzo's Oil. Miller continued to work on the Babe series, such as Babe and the sequel, Babe, Pig in the Big City, that Miller directed instead of the first one.
It's gonna be a real busy night.
I'll check upstairs.
Miller also created the animated jukebox musical Happy Feet, which is about the life story of an emperor penguin, Mumble, and his ability to tap dance.
Control, if you please. You bring this disorder, this aberration to the very heart of our community.
The film was a box office success and has won the Academy Award Best Animated Feature. For Mad Max Fury Road, Miller started doing principal photography in 2012. Development of the film took nearly 30 years with too many delays due to the September 11 attacks, the Iraq War, and the controversies surrounding Mel Gibson, thus causing Miller to replace Gibson's role as Max with Tom Hardy, who is known for his roles in the Venom film series and Star Trek Nemesis. The film was a box office success, with critics calling it one of the greatest action films ever made. Miller would then direct a spin-off of Mad Max, a prequel, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, which unfortunately ended up being a flop with some bad reviews. George Miller will do his best to continue filmmaking that will leave audiences astonished with his cinematic techniques and storytelling, and he will leave an impact on inspiring filmmakers for years to come.